Hi everybody, I'm Eleni Kasparis. I'm a National Account Manager for Caterer.com, looking after recruitment consultancies. I'm pleased to be catching up today with Craig Prentice, the founder of Mum, talking all things recruitment through the crisis, before the crisis and after the crisis, and something that I know Craig is really passionate about, which is a wellbeing initiative that he's been doing. So Craig, thank you very much for joining me. Feel free to give the audience just a bit of an overview on you. I know you're a familiar face within the industry already, but give them a bit of an idea of what you've been doing over the last few months.
Thanks, Lenny. Hi, everyone. As Lenny said, I'm Craig and I'm the founder of Mum. Mum launched last October, the end of last year, as an independent talent partner for the hospitality industry. Fantastic launch, fantastic response from clients and candidates alike in the initial 5 months, and absolutely glowing with how it was all going. When we launched Mum, we were very keen to put out some love into the industry and build on our kind of beliefs and our passions of truly looking after people. I think in hospitality we tend to do a fantastic job at looking after people as an industry, but very often we forget to look after ourselves. And when we set up Mum last October, we spoke a lot about various wellbeing initiatives and thoughts around wellbeing that we wanted to put into place early this year. And then in January, February this year, we made a plan with well-being at the heart of it, away from the main business. And unfortunately, there were certain things that happened within the world. Caroline Flack sadly passed away. Mental health became a very hot topic, and it didn't seem quite right to launch what we had planned. Oh. I'm pleased to say now in the midst of Corona that we are launching a wellbeing initiative entitled Now Pause.
Oh,
and Now Pause is essentially all about providing a free practical self-care toolkit to everybody. And we have partnered with a guy called Andrew Johnson, a wellness or well-being coach who's been around for quite a few years, very good at what he does, and he's kindly created a series of podcasts for Now Pause to help people learn how to relax, sleep deeply, stay positive, but also live life less stressfully, essentially. And I'm sure you'll agree, Lenny, you know, there's a lot of that around at the moment. And one thing that we were really keen to do was put something quite powerful out there that was practical to help people on a day-to-day basis.
So just going back to the beginning, kind of before Now Pause, what does well-being mean to you? You know, have you been doing things even before the whole crisis to support your own mental health and well-being?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a very topical word for a number of years now, and I've always had the opinion, if I can have an opinion, that you know, a lot of people talk the talk, but don't walk the walk, and I think it's been up until now, that is, I think it's been a very overused word within our industry, the world generally, but also in hospitality. And sitting on a day-to-day basis with clients and candidates, the word gets used a lot, you know, as well as the words culture and people, and it's been quite interesting seeing how we can actually be practical in this sense with Now Pause.
Fantastic. Okay, so Now Pause has launched. So what's the idea behind it? You know, if I was a candidate and I don't currently do anything to look after my own well-being, what sort of things could I expect?
So it's essentially a tool to help you relax. So it's not tree huggy, it's not woo woo, it's not anything it's not spiritual, there's nothing, it's just simply how to switch off. And I think going back to your question, which a moment ago, Lenny, I've really found mindfulness and meditation and relaxation really helpful in the last year, particularly, and hence kind of why I've wanted to kind of share it with people. And I think, we're in an age where there's so much pressure to be online and to see things, and at the moment, particularly, there's a massive outpouring of initiatives and sharing of good people that are doing good things. And this is just something a little bit different that we felt we wanted to share to be of use to people, I think, on a practical level.
Because it's not even just for now, is it? When hospitality goes back to normal, I can imagine that experience being a stressful time for a lot of people, still an uncertain time where there's a lot of people that don't know what's going to be happening in the future. So that well-being and mindfulness is going to play a huge part in the rest of the year, at least, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, it's a toolkit for life. It's it's something that people can take with them forever. There's a lot of talk about resetting and after the uncertainty, and I think this is the bit before we reset, as opposed to jumping ahead of ourselves.
Because there's been a lot of talk, isn't there, with we must plan for the future and what's next and what's happening and use this time wisely to be productive, but we need to build on ourselves before we can do that, right? So this is a really great tool to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And I think, as I said before, we're fantastic at helping other people and giving people, particularly in hospitality, a fantastic time or a great experience, on a day-to-day basis, or in recruitment, we're constantly looking after people. And you're absolutely right. That is all part of it. Unless we take that time to look after ourselves and take a step back, then I don't think, you're absolutely right.
Fantastic. And who is it aimed towards? So who's the audience? Who can have access to this?
So anyone can access the Now Pause initiative.
Okay.
It's on nowpause.org.
Okay.
We've kindly been supported by Caterer.com, the Caterer, UK Hospitality, Hospitality Action, and Purple Umbrella, which is absolutely fantastic. And every one of those individual companies are supported in a different way. Purple Umbrella are taking it to their apprentices, which I think is fantastic, so we can access and actually give them some help. Hospitality Action are sharing it, and then UK Hospitality also is sharing it on one of their L&D programs.
Brilliant. Dream team, I would say.
Absolutely.
Hospitality dream team.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts then? I know it's kind of how long's a piece of string, and we're very much still taking it day by day, but what are your thoughts on what the industry is going to look like over the coming months?
I think people have started to plan, obviously, already, which is fantastic. It's a great sign of early shoots, of the future. We're currently working on a number of strategic roles or strategic projects for clients who are using this time to strategize and plan for the future, which is fantastic. We're also helping a lot of other clients just get through this time in terms of just be there for them. So I think the future is going to look very different. I think certain industries will bounce back naturally later than others. Potentially events, but I do think things will start to get moving after the summer.
Mm-hmm. And you typically do quite a lot of, or you support new openings, or have that relationship to help develop the whole team. So, are there still talks of things still being opened? Obviously, I'm presuming there's been pushed back a little bit, but have we got a glimmer of hope? Are we still going to see some new things pop up in our high streets and in and around London?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've recently been supporting a client with a project up in Glasgow for a new venue that's opening in October. That's still going ahead. guaranteed. We were supporting them up until recently. There's a new hospitality brand that are launching in London and the UK, who are confirmed openings. They've just shifted everything back, so quarter one next year will be the actual openings.
Good, so we've got something to look forward to at least.
Absolutely, not all doom and gloom.
Not all doom and gloom. I'm looking forward to seeing these new things come up. And how about your candidates? You know, you're really well connected out there in the industry because you've been a recruiter for a long time now. So how have your candidates been coping through this crisis?
It's been a really interesting, I think since this all kind of kicked off 7 weeks ago, one of the things I was quite keen to do was be there for people when they wanted it. And I think that those have been the key words. Everybody is dealing with this in such, in their own personal way.
Yeah.
And it's been incredibly difficult at times to get the balance right between, you know, being there, but also looking after ourselves. But I think generally speaking, everybody's coping. I think the beauty of it, if that is the right term, everybody is in the same boat or different boats going down the same river. So I think, you know, that spirit of hospitality definitely is coming through at the moment.
Definitely. And we've always known it's been there, but I've really been touched by how close people have got throughout this, and I do hope it will continue. I know that people will get back to their normal lives and their day jobs, but I think relationships have been developed, haven't they? But
Absolutely.
has there been any surprises within the hospitality industry that you've learned throughout this? Has there been anything that shocked you?
No, I don't think there's been anything that's been shockable, but I do think that the speed at which people have turned things around has been fantastic. I don't know if that's shockable, but I think I mean it in an extremely positive way. The speed that people have come to the rescue of each other, or turned their restaurants into, you know, deliveries or takeouts, or even combined, you know, powers together. I think that's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And lastly, where's the first place you and I are going to go for dinner when this is all over?
Don't know, Lenny. Where are we going for dinner?
I don't know. Where should we go? We need to have this plan in place because I need something to look forward to.
I'm hopeful that it will be summer, and if it's summer, I reckon it will be a nice open rooftop somewhere, just because we can be out in the open.
A nice open rooftop. Bring it on. We'll still be wearing black though, Craig, won't we? Yeah. That's not going to change. But thank you so much for everything. That's been really helpful. Is there anything else that you want to add before we finish off, or anything else you want to talk to me about?
Thank you, Lenny. You know, I just hope everyone gets something from our initiative. Please like and share it on social media, and enjoy.
Definitely, and Caterer.com will be sharing those links as well, but if anybody does want to visit the site immediately, it's nowpause.org, so do feel free to go on and check it out and reach out to Craig. And if you did have any ideas or anything that you wanted to run by him, then please feel free to reach out. But Craig, thank you so much. You had as always, some really interesting points to discuss, and looking forward to seeing what the future holds for Mum and Now Pause, and looking forward to being part of it together with you. So thank you so much, and we will catch up soon.
Thank you. Take care.